Yeah, beat your addiction, live free. Ralf Friedrichs is who you see. Listen in when you're feeling low. Take back your life, today's show. Beat your addiction, live free. Ralf Friedrichs is who you see. Listen in when you're feeling low. Take back your life, today's show. Stay positive, hope, and keep faith. Stand strong against any odds that you face. Put away the alcohol and the drugs. Fill your time with the things you love. Addiction is tough, but it's worth the work. Treat your body what it's worth. Spread positivity, inspire all. If we stand together, we will never fall. I help others see the other sides of life. A sober life, letting go of the strife. So give me a call, I can help. 1-844-4405-HELP. Homeless shelters, hospitals, jails, wherever you are. I am Ralf Friedrichs and I am here for you. 1-844-405-HELP. Yeah, change your future, starts today. Live life to the fullest, never skip a day. Create hope, spread positivity. Beat your addictions and negativity. Ralf Friedrichs is here for you. Call today so we can help you. 1-844-405-HELP. 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 We are here for you. Call us today.
Hello, my name is Ralf Friedrichs. I am an addiction recovery coach and the host of the Take Your Life Back Today show. As an addiction recovery coach, I want to share this about substance abuse, and let me be crystal clear to leave an everlasting impact upon you. Imagine just being buried alive, but you know you're not dead. You don't know how to open the coffin and push the enormous weight of the dirt above the lid. You think about giving up and waiting for death to arrive. But then you say, maybe if I bang on the coffin lid, it'll unsettle the dirt, and maybe somebody on top will start noticing the dirt moving and dig their way down towards you. This is what it's like to find yourself at the lowest point of alcohol and drug addiction. You know you need help, you know you can't do it on your own, but you don't know how to reach out for help. In reality, there are people probably standing right by your grave. You don't know that. You're just waiting for death to arrive. Usually, though, people don't think about death when they're habitually abusing drugs. In order to feed an addiction, you have to be good at repressing the fear of death. I often ask you, my audience, did it ever come across your mind that abusing drugs and alcohol, that you take something so precious away that was given to you by your Lord Jesus Christ, your life, that you might overdose? Not only do you take your own life, but you take something very precious away from your children, your husband, your wife, your mother, your father. With this, I want to leave you with one other thought. Don't be the person that I'm reading about from these index cards that's in the coffin alive, now looking for help when it's too late. Instead, be the person that reaches out for help today by calling me, 844-405-HELP. Call me at the Take Your Life Back Today show and let me help you take your life back, my friend, before your life is gone. There are people like Larry Geis from the Geis Academy. You can catch him at 516-458-2741. Larry Geis is an addiction recovery coach, a life coach. He will help you from your addiction to your recovery. Larry Geis also has www.odysseyconsultant.org on the internet. Go there, give him a call. He will help you from your depression to happier times, from your low self-esteem to higher self-esteem, from your addiction to your recovery. Larry and I always ask our clients, or tell our clients, it doesn't matter where you've been. It doesn't matter where you're coming from. What matters is that you're here reaching out today, asking for help for today and for a better tomorrow. Lean on Larry Geis as a crutch. Give him a call at 516-458-2741. Larry Geis will help you take back your life. When you speak to him, let him know that you heard about him on the Take Your Life Back Today show. Folks, globaleyeglasses.com. They are focused on saving you money, and I want you to be able to focus on my videos. What better way to focus better than by having a new pair of glasses? They have over 1,200 frames, plastic, metal, full frame, half frame, no frame at all. They have progressive, which is no line bifocals. They have line bifocals. They have transitions, photochromatics, and polarized lenses. They have all this available at globaleyeglasses.com. Folks, when you go to globaleyeglasses.com, check out their odd shapes that they have. Some of those frames are unbelievable. Make Elton John appreciate him. Go to www.globaleyeglasses.com, and remember this, that I have over 30 years experience, and I will be more than happy, because you're my audience, to help you pick out your frame and guide you towards the right lenses. But you need to do is get a hold of me at 631-599-0218. Go to www.globaleyeglasses.com. Let them focus on saving you money. Folks, do you have the courage to be honest? If honesty is really the best policy, then why is there so much deception in the world? And if we feel disrespected when someone isn't honest with us, then how can we justify even the little white lies that we carefully craft each and every day in our own lives? If we expect other people to have the courage to be honest with us, then wouldn't anything but honesty from us be promoting a double standard? Maybe it's time to take a closer look at honesty and what it really is and its best policy. Being honest about honesty. On the surface, the concept of honesty seems simple enough. All we have to do is tell the truth in every situation, right? Then why is it that otherwise truthful people will justify distorting the truth in certain situations? If being honest makes life simpler, then why would anyone purposely complicate things by even slightly being dishonest? There are numerous situations that will quickly test our resolve to be completely honest. The tendency to start when we are children and when we want to avoid punishment. Fear gets the better of us, and we say something in effort to avoid the consequence of whatever we might have just done. If it works, then we just saw proof that lying is less painful and requires less courage than being honest. Since moving away from pain is the strongest human motivator, we quickly learn to fall back on dishonesty anytime we think it will spare us from painful consequences. For some, this tactic is reserved for only the stickiest situations. For others, lying becomes their strategy of choice. As long as they don't get caught, they feel no guilt, no remorse, and it becomes a second language to them. Common justifications for being dishonest. Besides avoiding the consequences of the actions, there are a wide array of seemingly more noble reasons to avoid total honesty, such as, at first glance, we might feel that these are perfectly legitimate reasons to bend the truth. After all, isn't it for a greater good? Well, buying into that kind of twisted reasoning is the same as saying that the end always justifies the means. In other words, it is okay to do something wrong as long as it gets you the results you want. Why do you think it's called justification? Anytime we need to justify our actions, we already know we are doing something wrong. Making excuses may soothe our logical mind temporarily, but it doesn't do anything for the internal conflict that it is creating. When we deliberately do something that violates our core ethics, it sets in motion destructive emotional conflict. The end result will be slow erosion of our core values or manifestation of some self-sabotaging behavior. Either way, we lose. Justifying dishonesty for any reason is the same as lying to ourselves. When someone lies to us, we feel insulted because they didn't respect us enough to be honest. Do you really want to disrespect yourself by doing the same thing to someone else? Of course not, because all it does is aggravate the problem. The next question we have to ask ourselves is, what does it take to avoid the self-deceiving temptation to distort the truth in the seemingly justifiable situations? Honesty requires courage and tact. Being honest requires courage because it makes us vulnerable and accountable. To avoid stepping on the feelings of others with our honesty also requires tact. Clearly, being truly honest involves more than just telling the truth in every situation, but for people of integrity, it is the only acceptable choice. When it comes to being honest, in all areas, there is probably no one alive who doesn't have some room for improvement. Here are the few practical strategies to help you fine-tune your efforts to develop the courage to be both honest and tactful. 5 ways to become even more honest and tactful are: number 1, set the record straight. Are there times when you have been less than honest in the past? Having the courage to review your past offenses may cause some discomfort, but recognizing where you have tweaked the truth in the past can help you identify patterns and stop them from continuing. Number 2, practice honesty in the little things. There is a tendency to think that it's okay to add little harmless flair into little things where nothing is at stake. The problem is, if we are dishonest in little things, it will carry over into more meaningful areas. It is much better to develop honest habits in the areas that require less courage first, so we can build our integrity to face more difficult challenges for larger scale situations. Number 3, honestly emphasizes the positive. Or I should say honesty emphasizes the positive. Just because we are being honest doesn't mean that it is our job to point out the faults and shortcomings of anyone else. If we focus on positive, then our honest testing of people and situations can both be refreshing and encouraging. Don't confuse preference with reality. It is easy to color our view of reality based on our personal likes and dislikes. To be honest with others, we need to recognize that our personal preferences don't change reality. They only change how we feel about certain things. Being honest doesn't mean that we are obligated to express every feeling to have every subject. And then, number 5, it's okay to say nothing at all if someone puts you on the spot, and being forthright is not in anyone's best interest. What can you do? Have the courage to tell them that you would rather not say. This can be difficult when they press for your opinion over and over again. Still, you have the right to speak or remain silent. This is especially useful if someone is trying to pull you into a pointless argument or when someone's feelings are on the line. Always choose the high road. Being honest may not always be the easiest or most convenient course, and that's why courage is required. But honesty is the course of integrity. Regardless of the prevalence of dishonesty, we all have the freedom to choose to live by higher standard. People of integrity will always recognize and appreciate your honesty and your courage. There is a strong and healthy trend toward transparency and honesty. People are tired of the cloak of deception that serves with the selfish interests of the few while dragging down the many. We can all do our part by setting a good example and by having the courage to truly honest and with ourselves and with others. Folks, do you have the courage? Do you really have the courage to be honest? If honesty is really the best policy, then why is there so much deception in the world, I ask you? And if we feel disrespected when someone isn't honest with us, how can you justify then doing the same to them? If we expect other people to have the courage to be honest with us, then wouldn't anything but honesty from us promoting a double standard? Maybe it's time for us to take a closer look. Being honest about honesty. On the surface, the concept of honesty seems simple enough. All we have to do is tell the truth in every situation, right? Then why is it that otherwise truthful people will justify distorting the truth in certain situations? They pick and choose situations. It's being honest. If being honest makes life simpler, then why would anyone purposely complicate things by even being slightly dishonest? There are numerous situations that will quickly test our resolve and be completely honest. The tendency seems to start when we are children, when we want to avoid punishment. Fear gets the better of us, and we say anything to avoid that punishment. And eventually, as we go through our tweens and then teens and adulthood, we use that formula. If it makes the situation, if it feel better at the time, we will do anything to avoid the consequences. Common justifications of being honest. Besides avoiding the consequences of our actions, there are a wide array of seemingly more noble reasons to avoid total dishonesty, such as, at first glance, we might feel that these are all perfectly legitimate reasons to bend the truth. But is there such a thing as a legitimate reason to bend the truth? I am not saying that whatever's on your mind, you just go out and blurt it out, folks. But even little white lies snowball into bigger ones. 5 ways to become even more honest and tactful. Number 1 is to set the record straight. There are times that you have less than honest in the past. Having the courage to review your past offenses may cause some discomfort, but recognizing where you have tweaked the truth in the past can help you identify patterns and stop them from continuing. 2, practice honesty in the little things. There is a tendency to think that it's okay to add little harmless flair to little things where nothing is at stake. It is the little things that, if you can be honest with them, makes it easier for the larger things to be honest with. Honestly emphasizes the positive. When you're honest with other people, you're showing that it is a positive thing to be honest. It is a noble thing to be honest. And you want to institute that more than anything on your children and grandchildren. Number 4 is don't confuse preference with reality. It is easy to color our view of reality based on our personal likes and dislikes. To be honest with others, we need to recognize that our personal preferences don't change reality. They only change how we feel about certain things. Being honest doesn't mean that we are obligated to express every feeling we have on every subject. You have to be careful of what you say and who to say it to. And a lot of times in life, it's okay to say nothing at all. Sometimes it's better to bite your tongue and just kind of move forward. Always choose the high road. Being honest may not always be the easiest or most convenient course, and that's why courage is required. But honesty is the course of integrity. Regardless of prevalence of dishonesty, we all have freedom to choose to live by a higher standard. People of integrity will always recognize and appreciate your honesty and courage. There is a strong and healthy trend toward transparency and honesty. People are tired of the cloak of deception that serves the selfish interests of few while dragging down the many. We can all do our part by setting a good example and having courage to be truly honest with ourselves and others. And I want to just say this here. Yesterday in Philadelphia, there was a shooting of a police officer, and the perp in this particular case, that's pretty much in so many words, said that he was doing this in the name of Islam. During a press conference, even before the chief of police spoke, the mayor, newly elected mayor, 2 weeks on the job, the first thing he said is that there is no reason to believe that this was, in fact, anything but a criminal acting out when he shot this cop. On one of the newscasts, they said, "Isn't it amazing? A brand new politician, straight out of the politician box, knew already to lie, to sugarcoat the situation." This is my perfect example of how the littlest things in life people have to lie about because they don't want the connection between a shooting and the Islamic State. The mayor says the first thing, it was just a criminal. Although the perp even stated this was due to Islamic State. Even though the perp made a couple trips to the Middle East. My point here is that politicians, I believe, right off the bat, are taught to lie. And those are the lies that escalate into bigger lies. And this is why our country is the way it is. If you watch the news, if you listen to politicians, you don't know what to believe anymore. So it all starts here with this, in your home, with your little ones, your teens, your tweens and your teens. Teach them that it's okay to tell the truth, but to pick and choose and pick on what to say. There's a difference on telling the truth and what to say and when to say it. I hope to God, no matter where you are, folks, that you have the best day of your life. I hope that you have the most honest and the most courage day of your life. Practice honesty. Practice today being honest. If the only way to make somebody feel good is by being dishonest, maybe it's time for you not to say anything at all to that person. Pick and choose, but when you pick to say it honestly. I hope to God, no matter where you are, you have the best day of your life. I hope you have a sober rest of your life, and I want you to remember, a sober today promises a better tomorrow. And honesty today promises an honest tomorrow. And may God bless you.
Yeah, change your future, it starts today. Live life to the fullest, never skip a day. Create hope, spread positivity. Beat your addictions and negativity. Ralf Friedrichs is here for you. Call today so we can help you. 1-844-405-HELP. 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 We are here for you. Call us today. Yeah, the show is over, but your life starts today. Taking back your life's the only way. Keep faith, stay positive, push through. Take back your life, it starts with you. Alcohol and drugs can't control your life. Let go of the negative and the strife. Ralf Friedrichs is the man guiding your way. The show is over, but your life starts today. Call Ralf Friedrichs at 1-844-405-HELP. That's 1-844-405-HELP. We hope you love the show today and tune in next time. Take Back Your Life Today show with Ralf Friedrichs. Yeah.